Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. 6 of 6 Homebrew. Sent 666. 6 homebrews from Mike and Joe and Mike. This is our last one. We got a red IPA. Coming in at 7.4% alcohol by volume. I'm excited. Yeah, this is a hoppy, bitter, and moderately strong, like an American IPA, but with some caramel, toffee, and dark fruit malt character, retaining the dry finish and lean body that makes IPA so drinkable. A red IPA is a little more flavorful, malty than the American IPA without the being sweet or heavy. Two-row, Maris Otter, Cara Aroma, Dark Munich, Chip Pale Chocolate. Citra Galaxy Amarillo, and Chico Yeast. Don't hiss. Not huge hisses on these beers. Not that it's really, they've all been carved quite nicely, so, but, it's usually expecting a little bit more of a hiss. Anyway, label-wise, ghetto, so I dig it. How's that? Beer-wise, I should put just a little bit more in there so you guys can get a better look. Yeah, definitely looks the part of a, amber, red style IPA. A little bit of particulate floating around there. That's probably some manhandling the body, or the bottle. Just under a pinky finger of khaki colored head. And it looks all what you'd expect from a reddish, darkish, reddish, amber hued beer. See what the nose has to offer. Yeah, really fruity, but more malt forward than fruity. So it's a fruity, kind of almost like fruit cakey kind of fruit cake. Fruit cake, is that what they call that? The Christmas cake, fruit cake. It has that kind of thing going on. So it's almost like a berry kind of red fruitiness to this, in combination with that kind of bready, little bit of caramelly, slightly chocolatey kind of maltiness. It's very, very malt forward. Smells to me more like Doppelbocky as far as malt billy, to a certain extent, or at least like Baki, my Baki, something along those lines. And then the other end of things, you get this fruitiness. Really not getting anything here as far as a precursor to like a staunch bittering or anything like that. It does come off as a rich malt forward beer that happens to have a bit of fruity hop going for it. So traditional kind of red IPA, not necessarily. They tend to be a little bit more, at least on the bitter and green side of things, aromatically, the precursors to those things. But it smells quite nice. Let's dive in. Cheers, y'all. Yeah, it really is aggressive on the bittering, though. So even though you don't get those kind of precursor checks, because obviously you can't smell bittering, but a lot of times you can get that kind of hop, kind of really kind of showing you a little bit of what it's going to give you in the taste. And that's not the case here, but it definitely follows through in the taste with that big bittering component. The mouthfeel here comes off very, very creamy. Again, this is kind of like Doppelbocky kind of level of mouthfeel on this. It's a cool combination. It's almost like a Cascadian Doppelbock. That kind of thing is the vibe I'm getting from this, as opposed to a red IPA. And the reason why I say that, again, I'm not a BJCP kind of nerd or anything like that, but more typically than not, more often than not, red IPAs tend to have a little bit more kind of a cleaner, crisper kind of body to it. A bit more red, you have those darker malts, that kind of red body, but it tends to be a little bit less creamy, a little less fluffy than this one is, at least from my personal experience. But as far as tasting, I dig it. Very, very sturdy bittering here. Definitely getting those old school kind of hops, those West Coast sea level kind of hops to it. Bringing in this pininess, a touch of resinness, nothing too crazy. And also that berry kind of fruity thing down the nose. It's there in the taste, but it's not as omnipresent as the nose would lead you to believe. And it really is that malt bill that's kind of carrying the heavy load here in the beer. You're getting that caramel. You're getting that rich, darker breadiness with a touch of like cocoa vibes to it, like a little bit of sweetness that is not like a, again, like they talk about in the label, it's not like that kind of sweeter, kind of under attenuated, kind of over the top, new school hazy kind of sweetness. It comes off a bit more confectionery, a bit more. Again, I keep you want to use this word chocolate, but I think that's the worst way I could put it. It's like chocolate powdery, as far as how the sweetness comes off, with it a bit more kind of caramel, darker malt kind of sweetness. But it really is that softer mouthfeel that kind of makes it a little bit different. Just shows a little bit different on this beer, and I'm not hating on it. I'm definitely not hating on it. I'm digging on what it's throwing down. I like it. Just for me, it's just a little outside of what I normally get when I drink red IPAs, which is like one every couple of years because no one ever makes them. So maybe I'm more wrong. Not saying they're wrong or I'm wrong or any of that. I'm just saying it just has that bit of softness to it that makes it unique, but in the same way, kind of fun because you get that sharp bittering, you get that soft maltiness. Kind of works together. I dig it. I think it's fun. There you go. Homebrew review in the books. Red IPA from the Mike and Joe, the Joe and Mike show. I will link them down below in the comments and all that fun stuff. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this homebrew review. If you ever feel like sending any off, reach out to me, matt@massivebeers.com, or shoot me an at social media. Hopefully you're enjoying your own homebrew right now or somebody else's. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.